I'm going to call this one Ghost Moon. It's the shadow of a moon in front of a new star. So here's the star layer, and I'm going to give it an orangey colour in the middle and then drop its opacity down quite a lot to make it faint, and then I'm going to focus the opacity and the colour towards the centre, which is what you do if you want to make a shiny highlight. In this case it's meant to look like a newborn star in a stellar nursery. It's just switching on as nuclear fusion starts. In front of that we'll put a layer called Moon Shadow, and this is the shadow of the moon, so it needs to be dark. So I'm going to drop the saturation right down, the value right down. That gives us a black colour. At the edge, almost black, just really dark grey. So I'm going to give it a hard. Let's make it smaller first so we can see it. Give it a hard edge, and I want it to be black almost all the way across, just dark grey at the edge. That's probably about the right size. Like we did with Neptune Flare, I'm now going to move it out of the way so we can see that star just peeking around behind it. And now I'm going to give it a bit of definition and shape with one last layer. Call it Blue Moon. And this one, give it a kind of cyan-y blue. I'm going to take most of the saturation, most of the colour out of it, and then darken it quite a lot. Drop the opacity down quite a lot. At the edge, similar hue. Also take saturation down. Drop the value not as much, but a bit. So change the size, bring it down nearly the same size as the shadow. Give it a bit of a harder edge, not much harder. And then I'm just going to move it on top of the moon shadow. Just make it look like it's got a bit of shape. So that's probably okay. It might be a bit too big. That's probably about right. So that's the Ghost Moon. I like it like that, but we can make it even more ghostly like this. If I take the Blue Moon layer and increase its edge opacity, and then I'm just going to nudge that over the moon a little bit more. So that gives us a kind of weird kind of spectral halo, so it's even more of a ghost-like moon. And in fact, if I hide everything apart from that layer and make it bigger and bring it back to the center, that looks pretty cool too. So that was Ghost Moon, and we'll do Roast Moon in the next video.